It's a little past 8 o'clock. Started on the briefing for the agenda for today. Mr. Marty, will you do the invocation when we get started?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mayo, will you do the allegiance? Discussion of agenda. Reports, special recognition for honoring the life of Wayne County Sheriff Kerry Winders. And when we do that, I understand that the sheriff's wife and two of his daughters will be here this morning, and we have about a 2-minute video or short presentation that we want to show before we do that presentation to her. And we also we have copies of the resolution for his daughters, and also one for the Sheriff's Department. Appointments Committee, Mr. Mayo.
Yes, we have appointments this morning, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Board of Commissioners' comments, reports. Everybody's going to try to keep it brief today, so we won't be.
I reckon that's the key word, brief.
Yeah, mine'll be brief.
45 seconds.
Unfinished business.
There will be 2 new budget amendments added. They've been presented to you, 239 and 241.
Anything else, Mr. Parker?
Well, excuse me, that was under new business. I'm sorry.
I think, Marshall, we do have one unfinished business. The on-air light, do we need to take care of that under unfinished business? New business. Transportation supplemental agreement for economic impact study for Highway 70 and 795. Budget amendments, Mr. Parker just covered them.
There are two new ones to be done.
Could I inquire, Mr. Chairman, on the number 1 here, the North Carolina Department of Transportation? Isn't that just a matter of pass-through dollars?
Yes, it is.
It
and that's
is.
what it is passed through, and Ms. Holt's here and can explain that it's better for us to get the money, so they've agreed to give us the money.
Right, they agreed to give us the money.
Right.
Thank you.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes, sir.
A question on transfer from 490 on the 300,000, the source of revenue. That 490, Ms. Holt, is that budgeted under a particular line item for the library, or is it for specifically for the Steele Memorial Library?
It is. I don't know if this wasn't working last week. I don't know if it's still working. It is our county capital reserve fund, and it was moved over there for the Steele Memorial Library.
Under a line item for budgetary purposes for 13, was it a line item specifically for the library for this year?
With the county capital reserve fund, we do budget amendments as we go. So we had decided during budget time we would come back when we got actual quotes and move these funds from the county capital reserve fund to the library line items, and that's what we're doing with this.
What is the balance of the capital reserve fund? Let's just pick the latest date you have.
$5,496,126.57.
Sorry, I missed the 496.
$5,496,126.57.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Sir, Mr. King.
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman, if I could inquire here. That 5 million is not completely designated for the library, still?
It's not.
Okay, all right, thank you.
It's a total county capital reserve.
Okay, all right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Any new business, any other new business to be added other than the two budget amendments?
I think that it's my understanding that the Republican Party has met and is going to be here to present a recommendation to you, the Sheriff.
Do we, just to consent of the rest of the board, do we want to put that under new business, or do we want to take care of that after we get through with the presentation for Sheriff Winters's? Where do you want to put that action?
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. King?
I suggest we put it under new business,
Under new business? Okay.
but I'd like to comment on it, please.
Okay, go ahead.
Statutes that concern this appointment from the GOP over to the commissioners, it would, I think, be advantageous to explain the statutes on how it works, Mr. Chairman, for the people of the county as it is moved through the commission board and into the process of swearing in the sheriff at the time that we're supposed to do this, and sort of get a protocol as of from today until he's actually sworn in. If we could have some discussion along those lines today as we move through this process, I think it'd be very beneficial for the people who are watching us live today. Thank you.
Okay, I would.
Just a suggestion.
I would let's suggest to moving that up to item number 1 under new business. If everyone's in agreement.
That's fine. Okay.
Anything else under new business? Consent agenda? Any questions on the items on the consent agenda?
Mr. Chairman,
Mr.
I just had a question on the property that's jointly owned by the city and the county. Is there a buyer, and if so, what's the tax value and the sale price? And just a question, just, you know, it wasn't in there, so it just came to my mind.
Good morning. I talked with Kay Scott at the city, and they do not have a buyer. What they're planning to do is put signs on the properties, and we have surplused all of those properties except for that one property that we own jointly with the city of Goldsboro. We have surplused them all except for that one property. So if we surplus that property today, then that will give them, they can put a sign up that they will, you know, hopefully get a buyer.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Chairman, if I could inquire. I think we were so successful on actually putting some surplus property on gov.com or something like that.
Gov Deals.
Is this property going to go on that as well?
It's not, since the city is going to put the signs up, I'm talking with Kay now to see if they will put it on Gov Deals, since they are going to be the one to do that part. But I did talk with Gov Deals after your request to see if we could jointly put it up there. That way they could, but they said that we could not do that.
Could not do that.
Either Wayne County had to do it or the city of Goldsboro. So I'm going to talk with Kay and see if if they can do that.
Well, this would be the first property jointly owned that would be going through that
That is
process.
correct.
And I would encourage them to do that because we were very successful.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair.
Anything else? Any other questions on the consent agenda? $10 public comments. We do need to go into closed session, and if we wrap up this meeting, I'd like to go ahead and go in closed session before the 9 o'clock meeting. do we need to disclose what we're going?
Yes, sir. It would be for the location or expansion of industries or other businesses in Wayne County.
Thank you, Mr. Parker.
Mr. Chairman, move we go into closed session for the purpose of which Mr. Parker has mentioned.
Let's finish this right quick. We have a work session scheduled at 9:30. Request from North Carolina Eastern Region Trust Fund. And we have a work session scheduled for 10:30. Wayne County Comprehensive Annual Financial Report for a period ending on June the 30th, 2013. And at 12:30 p.m., we have another work session scheduled with Davenport and Company, presentation on schools and capital improvement plan. And we have the Board of Commissioners comments, Board of Commissioners information. Anyone else have anything this morning?
Just one question, are we gonna break for lunch, or are we gonna go out straight through, or?
I expect we better break for lunch.
Just, like,
We'll break whenever we can. I don't, it'd be impossible to pick a time right now. We just, I think the staff
We're
has
having
already made
lunch brought in
arrangements for
today.
lunch.
Lunch is being brought in today.
thank you, I hadn't had any breakfast either.
I have a motion on the floor that we go into closed session. Any discussion? All in favor, show of sign of right hand.